John, you're steeped in export because you live and breathe it every day. What's current at the moment in the world of export in Ireland?
Well, there's a wide range of companies who are moving into the services side. If you look at the number of Irish companies, there's probably 250,000 registered companies. Probably 130,000 of them actually trade. So of that 130,000, something like 120,000 of them are services companies. Only 3% of them are exporting. So what we've seen over the last decade is a growth in services companies trying to get into the export market. But the potential is enormous. And the number of Irish companies who can get into the export services market is, vast. They just need to find, the ideal route for them, find their niche, and for services companies, typically we are talking niche, and move into, their sales base away from total reliance on Ireland and try to balance their income home and abroad, so they get through the current recession, but they also grow more rapidly and more sustainably in the long haul.
What would you advise a service company? If you would talk to a service company, what would be the 3 tips you would give a service company who wants to export?
The big difficulty with a service company is when you're trying to get into the market, usually you're not very large services companies, unless you're a Microsoft and so on, but a large range of them are quite modest companies, 3 to 5 man kind of teams. So they don't have the capability to establish an overseas office. Yeah. They don't have the capability to send a sales manager on a permanent basis overseas. So strategic partnerships, we believe, is the ideal route for services companies going abroad. And when you think of it, the big houses like the KPMGs and the PricewaterhouseCoopers, they expanded internationally by creating a strategic partner in each country. Yeah. And then, of course, they brand them with the name PwC, but originally they were operating in that country. So we're saying emulate that model. So you, if I take a sister-in-law of mine, she had a very good legal practice down in Roscrea and continues to have a very good legal practice. She made contact with colleagues who happened to graduate around the time, established her own, shall we say, legal practice in the UK. They agreed a collaborative strategic partnership arrangement. We will recommend clients for English work to you, and you will recommend clients who work in Ireland to us, and so on. It can be as simple as that, but the key, shall we say, ingredient of a partnership is that each party sells the other party's services, so you actually double your sales force without increasing any of your money outlay. It's an ideal way for services companies to shall we say, internationalise. So that's the first step that we would, shall we say, recommend to service companies. The second step is that you have to have unique selling points, and one of the key factors with trying to, shall we say, what we call package a service, because you have to think of it to a certain extent like a product, which, it has a nice box externally, it has nice logos and so on. So you have to think of your service in that way. So you have to think, have you got a logo for your business and for your website and for every piece of letterhead and so on that you're sending out? Are you creating it? Does that brand name, shall we say, project the right image for what you're trying to sell nationally and internationally? So McCarthy's local solicitors won't do if you're, shall we say, trying to sell into France and Germany. You have to come up with something. So a little bit more international. So what we're saying is look at your brand, make sure that reflects the kind of service that you're trying to deliver, and try and create in it something unique, because the brand needs to be unique, but so has the service offering. And the final point, of course, is that you have to have something special. Me Too products will not sell abroad. Me Too products you get away with in one way or other, probably in the home market by undercutting or what have you, but on the international market usually doesn't work. So you have to look at what you've got in terms of the price, product, service offering. Try to distill out the most unique parts and try to build on the unique parts, and then major on those in your marketing campaigns, so that you are actually, attracting buyers in, clients in, on the basis of you're unique to their solution.